Atharva, Blaze, Bob Wild, Bonnie, Carvin, Catriona, Caesar, Cheryl, Shinedu, Chris Doe, Daniel, Dario, and many others joining into this session. I welcome you all to this fantastic session. Yes, hopefully it's going to be fantastic for you all because we have a really special guest with us. But before we go on to the guest, I want to know, where are you joining in from? Hi, my name is Minank. I'm the community manager at Right Sonic, and I'm joining in from India, where it's around 10 p.m. right now. Where are you guys joining in from? Tell us in the chat comment down below. Let's make this interactive, guys, because we're all here to learn affiliate marketing, a really important skill, so that you can ace this year. So I can see people who are joining in from Canada, Birmingham, Brazil, Portugal, US, and in Berlin, it's 5 p.m. All right. Greetings from NYC, France, Colombia. Oh, this is what I actually love about these kind of sessions. It's because everyone is joining from different places. We also have Sarah, who's joining us, who will be taking over really soon. And we also have Craig joining in from the airport. Yes, that's right. Craig is joining in from the airport. This is the Belgium airport. It's a very important location. But yes, Sarah, where are you joining in from?
Yes, so I'm joining in from Texas. I'm in the US. I'm born and raised in Houston, Texas. So yeehaw, we just finished up the rodeo in Texas and we're loud and proud in this area.
Oh, perfect. So Craig, the very special guest that we have today is none other than Craig Campbell. If you haven't heard of him, then you might be living under a rock. Why? Because
you're missing out for sure.
Yes, absolutely. Because this is the second time I'm doing a live session with Craig. Craig has been a popular in the SEO circles. You might have seen him in many other webinars. He has over a decade, you can say 20 years of experience in doing SEO affiliate marketing. And today, here's here with us, directly joining in from the Belgium airport. He's going to answer our questions on affiliate marketing and show us how it's done. Sarah, over to you now. Please take the stage.
Thank you so much, Minak. I'm so excited for today's conversation because the goal here is to, leverage amazing people who've been doing these things way longer than we have. And we can't think of anybody better to have this conversation with on SEO and affiliate marketing besides Craig. So, Craig, I'm excited to be with you today. Listen, I think it's just, Minak kind of already shared you're at the airport, and I feel like we just got to kick this off with some type of explanation now. So thanks for joining us from the airport.
No worries. So an explanation is I spoke at an event in Belgium last night in this beautiful country, and I was due to fly out at 10 o'clock this morning, and I got to the airport round about 2.5 hours before the flight, and the passport control had like a 4-hour wait, 4-hour queue. I don't know why. I then asked people at the airport like 20 minutes before my flight was due to take off. I'm like, dude, is there any way to skip this queue? Like, my flight's about to take off. They took real offense to me asking that. And proceeded to laugh in my face. You get these people who are power hungry at airports, and I started recording them because I couldn't believe what they were saying. They were like, yeah, you're just going to miss your flight, just suck it up, and stuff like that. So I am answering them back, and I pull my phone out, and I've got 3 guys trying to wrestle the phone out of my hands, saying that I can't record in the airport. So basically, I was thrown out the airport, caused all sorts of havoc, and I'm flying out tomorrow morning now. So some power hungry guy in Belgium who basically laughed and winked in my face, deliberately withholding me going through passport control. So
it's so tough. So guys, look, just coming into this, look, Craig's had a tough morning already. And I think this is a thing, right? We all have tough days and we're all trying to figure out complex things. And Craig's with us today. So let's give him all the energy he deserves for fighting through this morning to be here and share his knowledge with us. We're super grateful. And I kind of want to kick this off, with kind of talking about, you've been doing SEO for more than 20 years now. And this obviously has changed. I mean, we've gone from very grassroots kind of technical SEO when the .com kind of expansion happened, all the way to now we have amazing tools and access to AI, right? And so I'd love for you to kind of just give us a synopsis of how this has changed for you and kind of where you see it headed now.
So it has massively changed. Back in the day, I mean, things were easier previously. Basically, you had to throw out a page of content on an exact match domain name and you would rank well. Obviously, that's not quite as easy anymore. And for me, one of the biggest bottlenecks when it comes to SEO has always been content. Trying to get people to write repetitive stuff constantly. I get it from a content writer's perspective. It's mind-numbing, the most horrendous job. So all of us have always struggled to do things at scale and do it efficiently. So for me, the use of the chat GPTs and the various other tools that are out there, basically, we have to embrace change. We've always had to embrace change as I've went through my SEO career. New tools, new techniques. We've had to dig a bit deeper in terms of technical stuff, and it's no different when it comes to ChatGPT, but it's exciting at the same time because I am now able to, and I think most people will be able to resonate with this. I have got so many projects that I had an idea for, had bought the domain, got a website on it, and then they basically died because I didn't have the time to do it. Now I am able to use these amazing tools to do things at scale faster, more efficiently, better than ever. So for me, I think it's exciting times if we can utilize the technology properly. That said, I want to make it very clear, I don't just use ChatGPT. There's a process that you follow. And ChatGPT for me is more of an assistant rather than replacing anyone. You've obviously got to fact check stuff. And, I was talking prior to the coming on live, one of the processes that I've done for the past while is I'll use ChatGPT. I will then paraphrase the content using a tool called Quillbot, and then I'll use Grammarly, and then I'll use a human editor. And obviously smarter people in the world like you guys at Right Sonic are doing that all in one. So I'm, and that's the exciting thing. And I didn't know that prior to checking out Right Sonic, that you had that. So I'm doing this 3-step or 4-step process, which is a pain in the ass, and someone clever has decided to put it all into one platform. So I think it's exciting times ahead. We've just got to be clever how we use it.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that's a great point. And when we're thinking about like creating content at scale, a lot of us have been plugging in. If you've been doing marketing for, longer than 10 years, the tools that you used have changed. And, there was a question here in the chat that just asked about some of the tools we're using. So of course, Right Sonic, Chat Sonic, Chat GPT, SEMrush. Those are some of the ones that easily come to mind for me when I think about how I'm creating content at scale and providing value. But what about for you?
I mean, I have always been a big fan of SEMrush in terms of doing research. I think that's also an important part. I will also use phrase.io to create the content brief. Now, the content briefs, that part of the process might change slightly. It's still going to have to go to someone anyway to then do the chat GPT stuff. So phrase.io automates the content brief, gives people statistics, topical clusters, all of the other important things that we have to use. So SEMrush, phrase.io for the content brief. And then obviously when it comes to generating your chat GPT content and paraphrasing, as I say, I'm going to take a much more in-depth look at Writesonic. But previously it was, I was still paraphrasing, but I was using a tool called quillbot.com, which it's not an SEO tool, it's more of an educational tool. It doesn't have an API, which is a bit of a killer. So as I say, people like Writesonic and stuff like that, they're faster, more efficient, and on the ball. So, I think that's what we want as a marketer. I want this to be under one tool, because we talk about tools. You've got SEMrush over here. You've got other tools in the market. We don't need to be using 10 or 15 tools to do our job. The job, because they all cost money, right? And we want to try and condense the tools we use. So yeah, the SEMrush is the one for keyword research, though.
Yeah. And, Karina made a great comment here that I want to highlight. And she said, it's these tools, obviously they're being used in different ways. And we're finding that a lot of the AI tools that you've been using may not have been as accurate. I think that's probably one of the biggest things that's kind of come to the forefront. And so I really love when you have, products like Writesonic who are thinking through end to end how people work through their content workflow and who are trying to build revenue streams for themselves. And it's not the tool, but the user. And so I loved Karina's comments on that, is that behind these tools, there are users who are really thinking in depth about the creators and the marketers and the people behind who they're supporting. And I think with AI, there's such a great opportunity here to, if we can hone in on who we're serving, right? And then we can end to end look at creating value, then we can utilize machine learning to help make us better, to find use cases and scenarios that we can't see for ourselves. Sometimes, just getting ideas to get yourself out of writer's block, it's so fantastic to see kind of what comes back with some of these queries that we ask. And it just opens up all these additional pathways, right? So one of the additional pathways that we want to dive into today is affiliate marketing. So tell me a little bit about kind of your approach and strategy to affiliate marketing, and how, how it's useful for other marketers and other independent creators who are looking to kind of build a different income stream.
So affiliate marketing for me, just to give you a little bit of a background, I've been there. I owned a digital marketing agency, and dealing with clients wasn't for me. I found it very, very stressful, and I'm pretty sure many people can resonate. We've all had horrible clients, and I felt that I was good at what I was doing, but I wasn't being rewarded in terms of money. So I started to look at affiliate marketing, and for me, creating content now, whether that's through SEO, whether that's on YouTube, whether it's on social media, you get traffic, and you can monetize that traffic, by sending people to SEMrush, which was one of the first ever affiliate deals that I got. Now, SEMrush at the time were giving me 40% recurring monthly revenue. So if the lowest package or the lowest payout I would get is $40 a month for one client on the cheapest package. Now, if I get 10 clients, I get $400. If I get 100 clients, I get $4,000. Now, at that point, I'm like, geez, why not go all out on SEMrush? And done all these tutorials on YouTube, blog posts, webinars, everything was all about SEMrush for a while. And and again, you start to make a good steady income. Now, it doesn't matter what industry you're in, whether you have a nice hotel website, for example, you can go to booking.com and get a percentage of the the bookings and stuff like that. So no matter what, everyone out there will want your traffic. If you're good at SEO and you're good at marketing, then you will make money. So affiliate for me, I started out with SEMrush and done various other bits and bobs. And then I started to look at Amazon affiliate. Now, before I go too deep, Amazon affiliate is one of the worst paying affiliates now. They continue to cut their commission. However, I joined in the Amazon affiliate in the past, and that worked very, very well for me as well. Now, what I used to do is I used to buy websites that already had content on them. I would then do link building to them, scale them up, and then flip them on for a massive profit. Now, even now, when it comes to, it's not quite affiliate marketing. Now, I've spoken a little bit about affiliate, but people can have informational websites, just pure information, and they can make money on the ads on that website using Ezoic and various other ad platforms. Now, Google AdSense pays peanuts. There are other platforms that will pay you a lot more for your traffic. So even if you have an informational website, you can generate decent revenue. But why would you just sit with an informational website? Why not have ads, affiliate, lead generation, all on the one website? So it's all about growing and scaling and dropping those cookies so that you're getting paid from multiple sources. And for me, it's very easy to do. We all know how to do SEO. We all know we want to get content and links and all that good stuff. So if you're doing that day to day for clients, why not do it for yourself as an affiliate? Get a side hustle going on. Get yourself to $1,000, $2,000 a month. It's relatively straightforward and easy, and then it gives you the motivation to do more of it. And I'm not telling people to leave their jobs or whatever, but it gives you something to think about. And now, if you get to $5K a month, you can then consider whether your job is actually best use of your time. It creates opportunities for you. And I think that's the great thing about digital marketing. So it's really important to understand that traffic equals money, and you don't always have to do it through client work, because we all know clients are a pain in the ass, and they don't pay their invoices in time. They've always got something to say. You couldn't sit there with a client and say, dude, we are using ChatGPT now, and we're going to shit out lots of content, and the client will say, well, I'm paying you X amount of $1,000 a month to do this stuff. You cannot tell the client the truth when it comes to doing client work. So for me, that's really annoying. So you have to go, oh yes, my content writer's writing 50 handcrafted articles. Fuck you. You should be able to just shit out what you want and make money and not worry about all of this bullshit. Talking crap.
Well, you make an important point here, which is that, if you have a level of expertise, just starting from a basic educational, informational website and being able to tap into other products or essentially partner ecosystems that could benefit from your expertise, you really have a different path, and you're kind of creating this this pathway where you're building your own authority first. So the people that value the information that you want to put out, come to you, and that exchange looks a lot different and it feels a lot different. And so, now I'm getting a little excited here, because what you're really talking about is kind of creating a competitive edge. And so I'd love for you to dive into, how do you go about analyzing your market and kind of getting ahead of the competition to understand how to even lay the base layer for building a great program and a great kind of blog or informational source?
So I don't know if I can share screen on this. I have actually got a slideshow in front of me that I can share to answer some of those questions. Now, to answer the first part of your question, I don't need my screen. how do you analyze the competition? There's tools out there like Ahrefs, SEMrush. You've also got on-page checkers such as Surfer SEO or Page Optimizer Pro. So we can really hone in on what is winning, what is getting the money just now. So if we Google, I don't know, caps, men's black caps for your head, who's winning? The guys that are being rewarded page one positions are winning. I want to see what those people are doing. I want to analyze how much content they've got, what headers they've got, what are the, and all the other kind of stuff. We look at entities, and you're going to go deep into on page. So we have the ability to do that, and as Minak says there, Right Sonic directly integrates with SEO plugins like Surfer SEO. So we go back to that tool talk. There's all these different things. The data is there, but we need to make decisions based on data, not what Craig thinks is the best strategy going forward. Because when it comes to ranking for men's black caps, I need that data to tell me how many words of content are the top performers on average got, what headings are they using, and what entities are they using, what schema are they using. All of these things I will analyze like an animal, because no matter what, I want to win. So in terms of analyzing the competition, there's tools out there, whether it's just basic keyword research using SEMrush, we can see the search volumes, the country that we're targeting, and all these kind of things. But we can go deeper again and use the likes of Surfer, Page Optimizer Pro, all of these kind of things to really spit out. And that's why I like that tool I mentioned, Phrase. Now, Phrase basically does the content brief for you. So it will tell you based on a keyword, it scans all the top search results and says your target word count is 1,200 words. You can't just have me saying it's 500 words, blindly just saying that. We need to analyze that stuff. And that is where so many people go wrong, because so many people, when it comes to their content strategy, they look at their content writer and say, I'm going to squeeze that content writer for everything I can get. I want 100 articles a month out of that person. They don't give a shit about the target word count or the topical clusters. That deep research is not being done. And I think for me, we have that. People are just lazy. They don't want to analyze the data. And that is the difference between winning and being mediocre. And it's the same with anything. You play sports. If you're playing football, if you've got competition, the manager may go and see that team playing, how they play, what they do, who's the strong guy there, how do we attack this? So no matter what it is in life, you have competition, and that has to be analysed. And for me, that doesn't get done on a regular basis.
Yeah, I mean, and the tools are only as good as the human behind them. The tools cannot tell you how to be an expert. They can't write all the way with the same perspective and the same critical elements that come to writing, but they certainly can help give you an edge. And for example, one of the things that I know, like after I go to SEMrush and I look through and I see maybe certain topics that I want to hit, and I look at the keyword difficulty here, and I see that even though how to do XYZ is a hot topic, the difficulty for ranking for that isn't as high. But then here's something that's getting a search volume of, maybe 200, maybe, 300, and it's low ranked. Well, then I can go to tools that plug into like Surfer SEO, like Right Sonic, and easily put that in and figure out different ways to approach this topic, like you said. So you're still having to analyze the data and kind of be the expert behind that data who helps position it well in the market. And so, one of the things that I know people are really interested in hearing about is, where do I get started? All of this is really overwhelming, right? I mean, you've got technical SEO, you've got, kind of that, and then you've got the actual content production of that. So where do we get started? If I am someone who has just started a blog and I want to dabble into affiliate marketing and kind of creating volume that eventually may get me some ad spend and visibility, what are kind of your basic steps that you think we should take?
I mean, first things first, you have to get a website out there. Now, a couple of things where I failed previously when starting out with, just a couple of things for you to think about, is I bought a golf website, and basically it had 50 articles on it already. So I cheated. I didn't want to write the initial 50 articles. I bought the website. It was earning $200 or $300 a month. Now, I bought that. The guy didn't really understand SEO. So I give him some money for the website and I get the website. Now, I was able to scale that website, and I'm just trying to find the slides if I can. Give me 1 second. So I was able to scale the website quite quickly. Now, the one thing that's really important to note here is that golf is a seasonal industry. Now, when I was buying the website, give me a second, I'm looking at the wrong slides. So the seasonality comes into play. So for my golf website, it made money for 6 months of the year, which is not perfect. Now, so my advice to you when you're starting is think about the long term. Is this particular website likely to make you money every single month? So if you're selling handbags or whatever it might be, then make sure that you pick an industry that it's not seasonal. So that's one thing that you want to consider. Now, the second thing, and in fact, let me share my screen if I can. 1 second. So people always say, how quickly can these things scale? So just going to put this slide up. Now, this was the golf website. It was back in 2019. Now, you'll be able to see the very bottom. When I bought it, it was earning $300 a month, or 362 to be exact. Next month, it earned 470. The following month, it was 782. It was then 844. Then it was 1200. And then you start to see it going backwards as we go later on in the year. That was because of the seasonality. So people are not buying golf products all year round because of the nature of that industry. So that's the first thing that I would be telling you to avoid, is anything that has seasonality. Now, the second thing I would also consider is, when I attack an industry, the golf one was one that I just attacked because I wanted to try it out. Now, out of all the products on that website, the average sale value through Amazon, the average product value was $20. Now, when it comes to how I get started, I pretty much make money. I spend money. So I pay out for content. I pay out for link building. It costs me the same amount of money to rank a £20 product as it would for a £200 product. Now, it takes me the same amount of time, effort, and stress to rank for either or. So think of the product that you're selling. Think of the commission that's there. Try and avoid low ticket items, because for many of us, there's a cost to whether you get a guy to do your content or whether you do it yourself is irrelevant. There's still your time and effort goes into that. So consider the higher ticket items, £100 plus, whatever, 200, 3, 4, whatever, the more, the merrier. Because with the golf website, I was doing good volume, but a very small amount of money. Now, I'm going to show you something else in a second. if I just grab the screenshot. Now, I have another website, not the golf website. This is a more successful website than the golf website. And if you look at this slide, that's 1 month worth of revenue. Now, the revenue looks super impressive. Of course it does. But the average order value is £12.22. So I am in a niche where it's sheer fucking volume. And yes, it turns over good money. But did I make the right decision? That's debatable. You can see that there was 12,658 transactions on that website for me to get that money. So it's a sheer volume game with that particular project as well. And that is why I am saying avoid seasonality and avoid low ticket items, because I would be far richer for doing that. So those are 2 tips for getting started. Things that I didn't think about and things that I would consider, when I'm educating or telling other people, consider these things. Now, one other little story I want to give you is maybe 5 or 6 years ago, e-cigarettes or vaping was the next big thing. And I was like, fuck, this is the new niche for me. This is the one that's going to make me all the money. So, and that's all I thought about. I'm just like, oh. So I very quickly launched a WordPress website with a WooCommerce plugin. We found a drop shipper who could supply all of the stuff. Now, I've went out there and I've done SEO for like 6 or 9 months on this website. So orders are starting to come in. And it's not until that point that I'm made aware that we can't do Google ads, we can't do Facebook ads, because it's nicotine. Now, trying to take payments, the only person that would take payments from us was PayPal. Now, everyone knows that PayPal, they're hard work, right? That's all I'm going to say. So I'm limited to PayPal. I can't do any paid ads. I can't grow the brand. Now, again, I didn't research the industry properly. I got excited by the keyword research and thought, whoa, let's go. Now, I basically done SEO for 9 months in that website and literally had to go and throw it in the bin because there was too much legal red tape surrounding that particular industry. So I've made more mistakes than anyone. I bought some garbage, and things like that. So all I can say to anyone else starting out, check the legalities of what the hell you're selling. Now, if you're selling hats or bags or something, that's fine. No one cares about that stuff. You can sell it all day long. But anything else, other things, you need to consider the legalities and also the seasonality and the higher ticket items is where that's my 3 tips.
These are all great learnings, guys. And these, when it comes to saving money, saving time, saving, because like Craig just mentioned, whether you're writing a write-up for a $20 item or a $2,000 item, the time that you're spending is the same to do that effort. And so all of these tips, I hope that you guys are writing them down. Don't forget to post your questions in the Q&A section so we can make sure and get to those. But I know one of the questions that a lot of people are asking, you have some more experienced people in this room, but you also have some people who are new to this as well. When you talk about link building and product selling, and then finding companies who are looking for affiliate marketers, how do you approach those 3 things? What are they? What are the difference between those 3 things? And then how do you find sources to push those 3 things forward?
Right. So I'm just grabbing another set of slides.
Okay.
I've got some link building stuff here. Now, when it comes to link building, so that people can understand what the hell it is, first and foremost, links are like a vote for your website. So if Right Sonic linked to CraigCampbellSEO.com, that's a massive tick. So Right Sonic is a power in its own right. It's relevant to my industry. in the digital marketing space. Now, if I was to get a link from a flower shop, what relevance does that have to me? It's not relevant. So when you're getting links, you want them to be relevant to your industry. Now, of course, there are certain links out there where you may appear in the press, in magazines and stuff like that. Now, those can be effective as well, but in general, we want to have as many good quality links as we possibly can. They're like votes for us. So if 100 SEO people link to me, then it's going to make me look like an authority. It's going to boost my domain metrics and so on and so forth. So that's the simple way of explaining it. Now, how the hell do I get a link from Right Sonic? Now, one, I may appear in a webinar and I may get a link from them. Two, I can't pay them. I'm pretty sure if I was to reach out to Right Sonic and say, dude, here's $100, stick me in one of your posts, I'm likely to be met with a F off. Now, you have to offer value of some description. So why do we do webinars? Why do we do all of these things? Of course, it's for my own brand, link building, all of that kind of stuff. So I'm not here for free just to tell stories. There's always a ulterior motive. So that's one way, putting yourself out there, appearing in webinars, doing interviews and stuff like that. So someone from Right Sonic, I could probably approach Right Sonic and say, guys, I've got a really cool story to tell that's going to be great for your audience. Would you be prepared to post it? I'll write it specifically for you. I'm pretty sure that conversation is more likely to get a response than me saying, guys, give me a link. So I have to do something for Right Sonic and they may help me. So that has to happen all the time. Now, that doesn't happen everywhere you go. Now, I'm going to share my screen again. So just so that you've got a better understanding of link building in general. Let me scroll down. So you can essentially go to a link vendor and they're typically known as guest posts. These people will charge you a fee based on the domain metrics of a website, DR30, DR45, DR60. They have to be relevant and all that kind of stuff. So you can go to a domain vendor who has access to a lot of websites. That's one way of getting your link building done. You can go to a website like People Per Hour and you can search for something like guest posts. There will be tens of thousands of guys that are prepared to give you a guest post on those websites. Now, when we analyze your competition, and let's say me and Right Sonic are going head to head, and Right Sonic somehow get a link on Business Insider, one of the first searches I will do is search for Business Insider People Per Hour. Now, when I go there, I know I can also get that link. I can pay $440. I want to match Right Sonic. I'm going to beat their ass. I'm going to be copying what they're doing. Now, the chances are money talks in a lot of cases. However, when you go to People Per Hour, be careful which vendor you pick, because the first guy that I landed on is £440. The second guy wants £700. I ain't paying that guy £700 so that he can pay the other guy $440 and keep £260 of my money. Avoid the middleman. Now, the same goes for a website like LA Weekly. You can buy it for $425 from that vendor. This other person wants $940. Be careful who you buy links from. That's all I'm going to say, because there is so many middlemen that are out there. Now, when it comes to link building, you will hear people talking about all sorts of stuff: digital PR, guest posting, TBNs for the dirtier people, and all this kind of stuff. Now, all of these play a part in the SEO industry. So your website is at the very top of this. Now, tier 1 would normally be digital PR, guest posts, and relatively clean websites. Below that, you might want to power up your guest posts. Now, what do we mean by power up? You might want to use PBNs, expired domains, niche edits, lower quality links, if you want to call it that. Now, where do we send that stuff? We don't want to send that crap to our main website. We want to send that shit to someone else's website that's going to help power up our website. So you would tend to do some of that stuff. And at tier 3, you will hear many people talking about the likes of GSA, SEO Autopilot, RankerX, and many other automated link building tools. Now, again, you don't want to be using that on your main asset because it can lead to Google penalties and so on and so forth. But you will hear people talking about this shit all the time. And you're like, but that guy makes this amount of money and he's using GSA and all that stuff. It's where he is using GSA in the overall strategy. And he's likely to be using that stuff down here to power up this stuff, which powers up the guest posts, which in turn powers up your website. So when it comes to link building, there's lots of different little ways to do it. You know, and also I'll give me a second. I do have something else on here about link building, which is quite a cool little trick. Let me just find it. Nope, it's not there. It's definitely on here. Nope, it's not that one. Here it is. So we all know that digital PR is a big thing as well. So many people are selling digital PR. Now, regardless, if I was a clean, perfect SEO, I would go out and I'd pitch to a newspaper saying, this is the story, come up with some creative angle, blah, 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 and get my link. Now, that's a lot of hard work and sometimes impossible to do. Now, you can essentially go and buy a link on any of the newspapers. They're a business. They want to make money. They will take your money to be featured on any PR that you want. Now, again, you look at the prices. These guys know the value of this, and they're wanting to charge you $1,300 for a link on Manchester Evening News. So for a lot of you, you'll be like, Craig, I'm not fucking paying that. Like, no way am I paying that amount of money for a link. So this is where I've been there. I've not had the money to pay for it before. Now, the image trick is what this is known as. Now, if I use the Liverpool Echo, which is a well-known newspaper in the UK, and I put in, so if you look at the images on these newspapers, it will say image, and underneath it, it says copyright unknown. That's an opportunity for me. That's them telling me that they don't know who that fucking image belongs to. So if I Google search Liverpool Echo copyright unknown, there's more than 1 million images on that website that they don't know who that image belongs to. Now, we can see the article and it says underneath it, image copyright unknown. It also shows you the reporter or the editor who placed that article. If we click on that guy's name, it gives us his bloody email, Twitter, Facebook, and LinkedIn. Reach out to that guy and tell him that that's your image. There are little tricks. Now, that guy doesn't want any trouble. He doesn't want to be seen to have stolen your image. He will more than likely just place a link on that page. Now, you might say that's quite unethical, Craig, but no matter what, we have to build links. Unethical, ethical, using money, tricking people, any of these things, you have to be creative. You have to think outside the box, because by hook or by crook, we need those links to make money. So that is something that you need to consider. So yeah.
Well, it's helpful to know. It's helpful to know, obviously there's tons more, but it's helpful to know some of the tricks that people are using that you can help kind of inform your own strategy to help give you that competitive edge. I'm going to switch gears here because we have like over 20 questions that people want to ask you. So this is going to feel very rapid fire, but I'm going to go ahead and go into the questions here. Oh, first, it looks like we have a poll. So if everyone could go ahead and answer our poll that's here, it's on affiliate marketing. And so there's 2 questions. If you could just go ahead and fill out that poll really quickly, we'll kind of get a gauge and give the results here at the end. So the first question, have you ever participated in an affiliate marketing program before? The second question, what's your biggest challenge when it comes to affiliate marketing? So please fill that out. We'd love to kind of go through the results after the poll here. So while we wait for those results to come in, I'm going to go ahead and go to our Q&A section here, and we'll start from the very first one here. It's from Philip. The question is, can you explain the difference between organic and paid search results and how that affects affiliate marketing?
So, I mean, organic and paid, I'm sure people know the difference between both in terms of what they are. What I would say is that click-through rate and engagement signals on a website help prop your rankings up. Now, we in the SEO industry call that CTR manipulation. So by sending traffic to a page, is it likely to push that page higher up the rankings? The answer is yes. However, when you stop that traffic, you're likely to see it bouncing back down unless you were already on page 1 before. So the reason that I say this is, let's say I'm in position 5 on page 1. I have done all the on-page, all the technical, all the link building that everyone else has had. What is the difference between position 1 and 5 is likely to be smaller signals like engagement signals. So when it comes to paid, I will potentially use paid, whether that be Google ads, whether it be Facebook ads, whether it be Quora ads, whether it even has to be paid. I will use my mailing list to get people onto a page. I will use my social media to force people onto a page, push notifications, all of that stuff is what you want to do. And so, you want to try and get those engagement signals. So I think it massively helps is the answer to that question. I've just seen Cheryl saying, claiming copyright to photos that are not yours is unethical.
He did kind of give that disclaimer. He's giving some behind the scenes, a look at behind the scenes and what other people do. It's helpful to at least know that people do that. If you decide that's not for you to do, totally fine. But he did kind of give that disclaimer that, that could be seen as unethical. And as a business person and building your own blog, you have to make those decisions for yourself. So thanks for your feedback, Cheryl, and definitely can see the perspective. So do you have any suggestions, Craig, for direct affiliates? Like specific kind of programs that are looking for this type of thing? You gave some websites for how to get link building. Do you have any that help you find people who are looking for affiliates?
I mean, to be fair, there are many affiliate networks out there. Depending on what niche you want to enter will determine where you go. Now, there are massive networks like CG Affiliates and AWin is another one, who will have literally thousands of affiliate deals based on whatever, a broad topic of stuff. But if you like golf, for example, just Google something like golf affiliates and you will see the commissions. People are begging to get your traffic. Businesses want your traffic. And it's no different from someone like Right Sonic, where these guys are paying out 40%. Why do they want to pay 40%? You want more of our traffic. It's as simple as that. More sales, more traffic, more exposure, blah, 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 blah. And they're happy to pay for it. So it's no different from Right Sonic to booking.com to a guy selling mobile phones. they will take your traffic and pay you accordingly. So sometimes it's better to go direct. Now, the reason that I'm saying this is Right Sonic may or may not be on something like CG affiliates or share a sale or whatever. Do I want to give up 10% of my commission to go through a middleman? No way. Yeah. I'm coming to Right Sonic and saying, where's my fucking 40%? So I tend to go direct. I want all the money. I don't want to go through a middleman. However, sometimes there are benefits to going with a big affiliate network. You know, if you think that the company that you're doing affiliate for are, you know, not paying out as much as they should be, or there's any kind of funny business going on with cookie policies and all this kind of stuff, and all of that happens, then they're there to fight on your behalf. So if it's a reputable company, go direct. If it's something that's maybe got funny cookie policies and whatnot, you might be better going through a middleman, because these affiliate networks are checking that stuff out and they know what they're looking for. Whereas someone like me, in the past, I've jumped into deals and the cookie policy has been weighted in the company's favor. So, like, let's say Right Sonic, and I'm not saying this about Right Sonic, but let's say Right Sonic say, everyone who's been on Right Sonic before, you're not getting paid out on it, you know, because they've seen us before, which they're within their rights to do. But if I do videos and I do promotion and everything else, and I lure them back to Right Sonic, I would want something called last click attribution. I want my share, because they didn't buy from you before doesn't mean they won't buy from you in the future. So it has to be fair for both parties, because I'm not going to send a whole bunch of people to Right Sonic and educate them, and then Right Sonic turn around and say, nah, these guys have been on our website, you know, 2 years ago. You're not getting paid out. So that's not fair. So there's always these little discrepancies. And as I say, just to be clear, I'm not suggesting that Right Sonic have or do that type of stuff. I'm just using that as a hypothetical example of what you need to look out for.
Yeah, I think you're providing a lot of great information here. And one of the big things that I'm hearing is, right, things that you organically use, that's a great opportunity. Things that you use in your day, everyday life, or to run your business, or to help your writing, going to those companies first and saying, I use your product. I have an audience of a micro audience, a niche audience of XYZ. Would you be interested in me being a contributor? Or most SaaS products now, if you go down to the very bottom, they say affiliate program, and they tell you the kind of the outlines, and you can go look online and check the reviews. So I think it's a great tip. I'm actually going to turn it over to Monique now to go ahead and tell us a little bit more about some of the offerings that maybe exist in the current existing commission program, but also there's still tons more questions. So Monique, I'd love for you to take over.
Absolutely, Sarah. Thank you so much. And to talk about the ChatSonic affiliate program, we used to offer 30%, but we have bumped up to 40% because ChatSonic obviously has blown up in the past 2 months. Many people are using it as like an alternative to ChatGPT, and I've already pasted the link to join the affiliate program in the chat section down below. Do join it. But if you're joining it right now during this call, we have a special surprise for you in the end of the session. You just have to open the link in the new tab, join it. And if you're joining it right now during this webinar, then we have a very, really special gift for you in the end. So announcing that, let's move on to the questions, because there's so many questions that need to be answered.
This feels like it might be one for you. Maybe I should ask you this one, Manek. They're asking, how do companies find affiliate marketers for their product?
Absolutely. So the one way we find affiliate marketers is we directly reach out to them. We see them promoting other products and we reach out and say, hey, why don't you promote our product as well? That's one way. Second way is obviously announcing it during our webinars and during to our community as well. Our community has been our #1 driver in terms of supporting us, in terms of discussion, etc. And we ask our community members, if you love Right Sonic, if you love Chat Sonic, why don't you just join in and start promoting it to your among your friends and family? They're like, great. So
Yeah,
that's one
forging
more way.
partnerships, looking for communities to join, being an organic, authentic supporter and player. That goes a long way too, right?
Absolutely.
Craig, it looks like there's one for you. You mentioned kind of product differences early on. You were talking about kind of more expensive products and then cheaper products. And someone wants to know, what are some effective strategies for finding like good, profitable affiliate products to promote?
I mean, there's no amazing tool or anything. Unfortunately, I can tell you that finds these for you. I think, it is down to a lot of manual research. And I think Joe Marichich in the chat there, he tries to stick to promoting SaaS products because he's massively into SEO, and it's the easiest thing in the world for him to promote, because he loves it, he's passionate about it, he understands it. So for me, I think while you have to do a lot of manual research and stuff like that, stick to something that you actually have a passion or an interest in would be another thing that I would say. If I like football, for example, can I make money in the football industry selling tickets, selling football tops and so on and so forth? Yeah, and I would be more inclined to pushing that harder. So when it comes to finding the best deals, again, don't just jump into the first guy you bump into. You go to a SaaS tool and someone will want to pay you 5%. Of course they do. They want all of the money for themselves. But you go to the next one, it might be 25, 30, 40. So, a lot of the tools out there will probably pay you anything between 20 and 40%. That's just a kind of in the SEO industry. But again, manual research, just looking at the affiliates. And one other little thing I want to say on this is, when I'd done the golf website, and I kick myself for not thinking about it, Amazon cut their commission from 6% to 3%. It was the second time in 3 years that they had cut their commission. Now, if I Google golf affiliate just now, I can get 10 to 15% anywhere else in the world. Now, change the monetization method. You don't need to change the niche, change the supplier is something you want to do. Now, I could have trebled my revenue by simply just changing away from Amazon over to a direct supplier. Now, of course, people will say, but you're not Amazon. You don't deliver as quickly as Amazon and so on and so forth. Get someone that does 24-hour delivery. Let's be honest. In America, if you want to buy golf stuff, there'll be someone that will have that to the other side of America in 24 hours, job done. Does it matter if it's from Amazon? It doesn't. So it's all about speed of delivery and stuff like that. So that's how I do it. Sadly, I'd love there to be an automated tool, and maybe the guys at Right Sonic could maybe deliver something in the future that can do it all for us. But sadly, there isn't anything. It's a bit manual on that.
Yeah. So 2 tips there, guys. One, be consistently reviewing the partners that you're working with as part of the affiliate program, as they do often change their percentages. And then that second tip is then, of course, looking directly within the network to see where you could utilize different options like direct shipping and things to help increase your profit margins there, so that you're not paying a third party. So this question, I know, is coming from the 2 kind of different examples you gave earlier, Craig. You talked about a higher ticket item and then a higher converting product. Now, with looking in retrospect, where would you tell people to focus based on that?
So it's difficult, right? So the way that I think about this, just so that your mindset is right, when you're thinking about higher ticket items, now I know that I've just literally said do something that you're passionate about. Now, I have friends, and one of my friends has a website that sells generators, so like power generators They cost like $2,000-3,000 each. Now, it's a very niche market. There's not a lot of competition, and it's a high ticket item. The same friend also has an affiliate website that sells hunting scopes for the top of a gun. Hunting scopes are, again, a high ticket item. So when I'm looking for opportunities, I also have to consider the level of competition that I'm up against. Do you need to all be going into the porn or the gambling niche where it's super, super competitive? The answer is no. Now, something else I want to give you to think about is, now I am a guy that only speaks one language, and even that's debatable. I speak fucking barely English anyway. Now, a lot of people are obsessed with the UK and the US markets. Now, there's 65 million people in the UK as a target audience where we can sell stuff to. There's 85 million people in Germany. The SEO is about as a 10th competitive compared to the UK. Can you make money across all of these countries like Poland, Italy, Spain, France, all of this, like even America and Canada? Canada is less competitive than America, and there's God knows how many people stay in Canada. So when you're looking for things, don't just think high ticket item, think competition, countries that are relatively untapped. Even a country like Australia, the SEO is dog shit. Let's be honest. These guys are not even doing basic on-page SEO, in a lot of cases. So that gives us room to get in there and do some damage. So it's not always about the most competitive high ticket item. We just need that balance to be right. And if we can get an easy niche that we can dominate, happy days. So I think that's a few different things to consider, to be honest.
Yeah, on this, someone's asking an anonymous question here. Do you have any favorite website builders to create niche websites quickly, or to purchase websites that are already done that can maybe give you a head start?
Anonymous question. So I am a WordPress fan. Now I've just got a guy that does websites relatively cheap. So I use WordPress. It's just what I'm comfortable with. And you can get someone to throw up a template and, do the thing fairly quickly. But there are done for you websites out there. My current YouTube channel sponsor is a company called Niche Website Builders. Now, if you don't want to build a website, you don't want to create the content, you don't want to do the backlinks, you can just invest cold hard cash with these guys and they will go and do the whole lot for you. So that is, and there'll be many other providers out there for certain elements. There's content agencies out there, there's web design agencies out there. It's up to you in terms of how hands-on or hands-off you want to be. So there are people out there where they will literally do the whole lot for you. So I'm not sure if that's the answer that you're looking for, but yeah, that's the best.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a great thing. And just from my experience as a media agency, what I can also say is that when you are looking at getting a website built, there are some schema things that you need to pay attention to. And so like Craig said, I mean, WordPress is pretty established, and it's because all of the technical SEO is set up very well on the background. The schema markup of it initially is set up on the back end to perform well, as far as when it comes to like recommending your next article that you wrote, or that link building. Some of those features are already built in. So don't go cheap on the website side of it if you're really looking to create a truly profitable stream here. I know there's some questions. Manak, I'm not sure if you want to go ahead and tackle these. There's some questions about while you guys we've got another poll here. So in the room, are you currently part of the affiliate program? Yes or no? How much revenue are you generating from the affiliate marketing program per month? And if not, do you wish to be part of the ChatSonic affiliate program? So answer these questions. And as you're answering these questions, I'm going to actually ask Manette, because we've got 2 questions here about that. So one was very tactical. How do you receive payment from ChatSonic? Craig kind of hinted on this earlier, and now he's got some people curious. How do you guys handle, payments and through the affiliate program?
Oh, it's very simple. We pay out during the first week of every month. It's like a fixed date that we release payouts to our affiliates. Sometimes plus or minus 5 days, it gets delayed, but that's about it. Every month during the first week, we just pay out our affiliates, and that's how it actually works. Okay. Directly into their accounts. They use PayPal or Wise. PayPal obviously takes in commissions, but Wise is preferred partner. That's why we introduced Wise as well. We use like a payment processor for it called Dots, and due to the via Dots, we handle payments into all our affiliates accounts. That's how it works.
Fantastic. Well, and we have another question, because you have some affiliates who it sounds like are really promoting, ChatSonic and some of these other great SaaS tools. But what they're saying is that they don't quite know how to properly promote the features. Do you have any suggestions for how to help garner support when you're trying to promote some of the features of ChatSonic?
Absolutely. So to promote the features, first thing that we would love for them to join our community. That's where we share tips and tricks on how to use ChatSonic better. We've recently introduced like a prompt marketplace for ChatSonic where people can contribute their own prompts. And we have an editor's choice on it as well. So we share a lot of tips and tricks. So do join our communities. We have a special community for affiliates as well, our partners, where they can join, discuss among themselves on the ways they're promoting ChatSonic, the ways it's working out for them. Some affiliates are kind enough to share tips and tricks in that group as well. So you should be part of the community. I'm insisting this because as a community manager, that's my job. But I learned everything from community when it comes to seeing Craig as well. He is active in different communities, digital marketing communities. I've seen his posts. I've seen his live sessions happen in those communities. And communities where I've personally learned a lot of stuff about digital marketing. So yeah, hands-on, I would recommend joining the community. I've pasted the link as well in the chat. So
yeah, getting the up-to-date information, getting information for other affiliates and what's working with them. Can't say enough about joining the communities that exist for whatever products that you're using. And to Craig's point, there are people who want to give to those communities because they know that there's redundancy in audience. So you got to have access to people like Craig. And on that note, Craig, people want to know from you, do you have somewhere where you teach master affiliate marketing from scratch, like physical, audiobook? Where should people be looking for you? Because people want more information.
So the best places, if you go to craigcampbellseo.com, the furthest away tab, I have a mastermind, which is like 69 quid a month. And we do 3 sessions a week in there, not just about affiliate, it's about SEO in general. So we have that, and it's building my own community. And guys like Joe in the chat there, and there's a whole bunch of other people, a crazy bunch. But the great thing about that is bouncing ideas off of other people. What tool are you using? Like you say, community is where it's at, and I've built up a decent community in the mastermind. Now, you might say, Craig, I'm not paying you to listen to that stuff, which is fine. I also have a YouTube channel which has nearly 1,000 videos on it. I also do 2 live Q&A sessions per week on there, where the people can ask questions, whether it's affiliate or SEO again in general. So I try and give as much as I can to the SEO community, and obviously I speak at events and all that kind of stuff as well, and try and give as much back, because again, I've been in the shoes of you guys, not knowing who to trust, what to do, and all that kind of stuff. So I always try and do my best to do stuff. And I've given away free courses in the past. Now, the reason that I've got a mastermind and I have that £69 fee on it is people don't value anything that's free. They just don't. I gave everything away for free at one point on my YouTube channel. And no, that's a lie. I gave it away on a platform. I had 50,000 people sign up overnight. 91% of those 50,000 people did not finish the course. So people do not value free. Now, the reason I charge a token gesture is not to make money. It makes sure that your ass gets along to that and get value for money, because you don't want to be paying me £69 a month for nothing. So you're then more encouraged to go, I'm getting my money's worth out of this guy. So
a little bit of accountability never hurts.
No, it doesn't. And people have said, why don't you do a book? Why don't you do this? Why don't you give it all away for free? Blah, 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 blah. I've tried to give it away for free, and people are so bloody dumb to see the value in it that I've had to charge. So it's crazy. But yeah, I just thought I'd give that story there. People don't value free.
Well, thanks so much for, all of the information you've given, all of the tools. Like Minak said, this will be available. David invited you to pop around at his house to talk over a beer and tutor. So we hope that you go for it.
I was going to say, David, don't make offers like that, because I may just turn up on your doorstep. Don't offer, dude. Why not?
I know we've got some poll results here, and I think we have an offering for whoever signed up for the affiliate program. So I'm throwing to you, Minak.
Absolutely. So before I announce that, Craig is known for accepting challenges live on camera. I've seen him once. He was just shaving his head. I remember that time. Craig was live and he was shaving his head. So yeah, don't give dare to Craig, because he will complete it. All right, guys. We've announced the Chatsonic affiliate program, and we also said that if you just signed up, you would get something really special. So type in yes if you signed up. Type in a yes. We're gonna choose random people over here who just signed up, and I can see almost 20, almost 40. Oh gosh, we are just going above. We've almost seen over 60 people signing up for the affiliate program right away. Wow, this is super, super interesting. So for people who signed up right now during a webinar, we're going to choose random people, and we're going to give you certain merch like this. Think less, Chatsonic more. I'm sure it's coming. Oh gosh, I need to I need to mirror my video. I hope you can see it right now. Yes, it says think less, Chatsonic more. This is our new merch that we are releasing, and we want some of you to have it. Obviously, Craig and Sarah gets it as well. We're going to reach out to Craig and Sarah, because you guys have been amazing. We already shoot up beyond our time, guys. Sorry, we won't be taking any more questions, but we would like to announce prizes. So people who said yes, we're going to look at we're going to choose 5 people among you. First one is Gideon Olagunju. Congratulations, you've just won the Rightsonic merch. To message us at minank@rightsonic.com. I'm going to type my email ID, reach out to me, and we're going to make sure that you get your merch really, really soon. That's the very first winner. Congratulations. Second winner that we have here is Daniel Velasquez. Congratulations, Daniel, for winning the Rightsonic merch. I'm going to write down the winners over here. Yes, Daniel. We also have Gideon. And then we have Stephen. If you're in the webinar, say yes, congratulations, because you also won the Chatsonic merch. So Thank you so, Stephen. Thank you so much for signing up. This is what you get, guys. If you sign up really soon, right in the webinar, we reward you for your actions. And to choose one of the best questions that you answer, let's look at the Q&A section, because we appreciate that you're asking questions by staying active in this webinar. So we're going to look at one of the questions, and I'm going to choose Ria. Ria, if you're in the webinar, say hi, because you are asking some impressive amount of questions saying about high email open rates, increased conversion rates, etc. So Ria, if you're in, say hi, reach out to us on minank@rightsonic.com. And I'm going to paste my email ID down there. Do reach out to me. And that's it for this webinar. We already announced winners. And I hope this webinar was really insightful for you. Share us one insight, one key insight that you took away from this webinar, guys, in the chat section down below. And after that one insight, we're going to look at that. We're going to do a quick recap from those insights and end this session.
Guys, also, if people didn't get their question answered, which I know there was a lot, if you reach out to me on Instagram, I'm sitting in a hotel room bored for the rest of this evening. So feel free to DM me on Instagram, and I'll be more than happy to answer questions specifically for today only. Don't message me every day. But yeah, if you want me to answer any questions that we didn't get round to, I'm bored. So yeah, I need something to do. So hit me up on Instagram.
Absolutely. We have shared Craig's YouTube, Instagram, and all his website links in the chat down below. Don't miss out, guys. Craig shares a lot of valuable information, especially on his YouTube channel, especially. So do check them out. And yep. So the poll results say that almost it's like a 59-49%. This one's insane. So we asked a question about, are you currently part of any affiliate programs? And 59% people voted yes, and 49 was no. That is insane. I've never seen this close of a battle that's been here. For those 49%, if you're not part of an affiliate program, guys, what are you waiting for? Join any affiliate program that gives you value. Craig has already shared many amazing websites like CG Affiliate that you can join, and shameless plug, you can also join the ChatSonic affiliate program. So those were the results that we've gotten, and we can see the key insights. First, make your research, then start your business. And another key insights people are texting us is not choosing a seasonal business. Absolutely. I'm glad you took that takeaway. Another insight from David, that is to choose to choose WordPress. Yes, you can choose any other platform, but it honestly doesn't matter what platform that you choose. But I personally prefer WordPress because I've been used to WordPress. Craig also personally prefers WordPress. But yeah, glad you're preferring WordPress. Belgium airports stink. Okay.
We're united in that for you, Craig.
All right. Perfect. So that's it for today's webinar, guys. Winners, please do reach out. We have all your names written. That is Daniel Velasquez, Gideon, Stephen, and Ria. Please do reach out to us on minank@rightsonic.com. I've shared the email. And guys, if you haven't joined the RightSonic affiliate program, do join it. 40% commissions are waiting for you. Thank you so much, Craig, first of all, for joining this webinar and sharing a lot of value to our audience. I'm sure our audience was like taking notes, taking screenshots, because there were certain things I personally learned about. People per hour, I thought it's just for doing manual tasks. I never knew that we could use it for link building as well. And Sarah, thank you so much for being a wonderful host and making sure every one of us is accommodated. Thank you so much.
Yes, for sure. Thank you guys so much. Thank you, Craig, as well. And it looks like we've had lots of questions for Craig to follow up on. So thank you guys for being so enthused and insightful. And yeah, let's do this again soon. There's so much excitement for the next one.
Absolutely, guys. We'll be bringing more such webinars to you soon. Stay tuned to our official channels like our Facebook, our community, etc., because that's where we update all our events. The recording for this session, because most of you guys have been asking the recording, will always be in our YouTube channel under the live tab. We have previous recordings as well. Make sure you go through that to grab valuable information. Thank you so much and have a great evening, guys.